Welcome to LJ Ventures. We're going to be doing a slider workout today. I will be using weights for some of the exercises, but it's totally optional. So let's get started. All right, let's start with marches. Here we go. Knees are coming up. Arms are swinging forward, straight arms. Warming up the body. We'll be doing each move for about 30 seconds. Next move, we're going to be going to some hip hinges. All right, so you're going to hinge at the hip with a flat back. Your arms go behind you straight and swing forward. Palms are facing back behind you. Great job. Looking to where your sliders are, you're going to be using them next. Ball of your foot goes on the sliders. We're going to be squatting side to side. So take a squat, feet together. Slide out, squat. Heels coming down to the ground to stop you from moving. Side to side. We're going to do this movement later in the workout with weights if you choose to. All right, move the sliders out of the way. Let's go down into a bear or beast hold. Knees come up from the ground 2 inches and just hold, hold, hold. Hands are right under the shoulders. Back is flat. Knees are at 90 degrees. Firing everything up. Almost there. Great job. Okay, so find your sliders, put your feet on the sliders, and we're gonna do slow mountain climbers. Bring one foot up and then the other. One foot up and then the other. Nice and slow. Great job, almost there. Okay, and then we are moving to inchworms. So just walk it out. And then your feet are gonna walk towards your hands. Come up, turn around, and walk it out to a plank. And then walk your toes up. And turn around, dive down, and walk it out. Good. All right, next, you're going to find your sliders, and we're gonna do a down dog to a plank. Down dog to a plank. Next move, we'll be using the sliders. Keep going back and forth. Spend as much time as you want in that down dog. Maybe you walk your dog for a second. Okay, now find your hands on the sliders. And we're gonna do all fours to puppy pose. So hands slide forward, all the way to the ground with the arms, and then pull back up, and then back out. Arms touch the ground, and back up. I bring my puppies out here to help show this move, but they are not well trained. Okay, let's get started. All right, we're gonna start and reverse long lunge. Slider is under 1 foot. That foot goes back into a long lunge and then push into the floor, bring the knee up for a balance. Foot goes back on the slider and slide back. Pull forward, knee up and down. It's going right back on that slider. Make sure it's in the center of the slider. And keep this going. You might need to take just a little peek down to make sure that your foot is going into the right spot. Slow and controlled. And then we're going to switch sides, going to the other foot. And same thing, we're going to slide back with a long lunge. Let's start. Balance. And if you ever lose your slider, just find it and get back on the move. Watching that front knee, that it's not going forward over that toe. Good job. Nice concentration. Okay, next we have a curtsy lunge with a bicep curl. You've got one slider and you're gonna curtsy back with your hips square to the front. As you curtsy, you're gonna do a bicep curl. And then you're gonna slide out to do a reverse fly. Come to center, curtsy bicep curl, and slide out. Back is flat, and back to center. Keep this going. And your heel stops you from sliding because only the front part of your foot is on that slider. Great job, almost done here. And then you're gonna switch the slider to the other foot and get ready to repeat on the other side. Starting with the curtsy, the foot going back. Remember to keep your hips square to the front. Here we go. Bicep curl, lateral lunge, slide, reverse fly. Curl, and reverse fly. Curtsy, lateral lunge. Curtsy, lateral lunge. Almost there. All right, I'm just gonna switch out my weights for a little bit heavier weights. Lateral squats, both feet are on the sliders. You're gonna squat side to side. Weights are up on the shoulders, and you're gonna slide, squat, come together, shoulder press up, other side, squat, come together, and press. Neutral grip with the hands, pressing up, hips going back in that squat. Who knew that sliders could be so fun? Couple more. All right, next we're gonna have a hip hinge. You only need one slider, and you're gonna kickstand that foot with the slider. behind you for that hip hinge to do 3 rows. So hip hinge, you're gonna row 3 times with a flat back and stand up. Bend slightly with the standing leg. You're gonna do 3 leg circles, pushing into the ground. Back to that hinge and 3 rows. And then stand for 3 circles, slight bend in that standing leg. All the way around from the front to the back. And kickstand and 3 rows. And then we're just gonna turn around and do it on the other side. The other foot is gonna be on the slider now in that kickstand where your toe and your heel are kind of matching on the same line. So let's hinge and row. 2 and 3. Stand, slight bend in that leg for 3 circles. And then back to that hinge and 3, 2, 1. Stand up from the row and let's do our circles. Pushing into the floor. Hinge, 3 rows. And 3 leg circles. Great job. Now you're gonna put your feet on the sliders and grab your weight for chest press. So you're in a bridge and you're gonna press for 3, 2, and 1. Hold the weight up, slide the legs out, and pull back in. And 3, 2, and 1. Weight stay up, heels go out, and pull in. Again, 3, 2, and 1. Slide out, trying to keep the hips lifted there. 3, 2, and 1. Out and in. Great job. Now we're gonna be in a plank position with our feet on the sliders for knee tucks. So plank position. And you're just gonna pull the knees in and push them out. Pull the knees in, push them out. Just like that. If you want extra, you can pike it. Up to you. Knee in and out. Or pike up and down. And you're just gonna flip over, put your heels back onto the sliders. You're gonna find yourself in a reverse tabletop. Go ahead and get there. Reverse tabletop. Let your hips come down, slide your legs forward, and forward fold. Yes, there's a stretch inside this exercise. It should feel really good. Lift up, hips down, slide forward, and fold. Hands back, lift the hips up, and sit down, forward fold. You're very welcome. Reverse tabletop, looking at the ceiling, hips down, forward fold. Keep this going. Great job. Next, we have sliders under your feet for single plank jack, 1 foot at a time. So just take 1 foot out and pull it back in. Other foot and back in. 1 and 2. Just like that. Great job. If you want extra, you can go to a full plank jack, out and in. Up to you. Keep it here or go back to the single leg. All right, next we're gonna do a runner's stretch with the sliders. So, get ready, runner's stretch. Here we go. So bring 1 foot forward and stretch up, hand comes down, foot goes back, other foot comes forward and stretch up to the ceiling, nice twist, hand goes down, foot goes back, slide forward, reach up, hand comes down, foot goes back. Just keep that going. Back leg stays straight. Almost there. Okay, now we're going to do sliders under the hands. Knees are slightly behind the hips in a knee plank. You're going to be doing tricep push-ups, sliding one arm forward. So push up, slide one arm down, and up, other side. So your elbow is going straight back. Your hands are right under your chest. Push into the floor. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. No, we're not swimming. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Amazing. And done. Next, we have sliders under your feet for shoulder taps. All right, so we're gonna shoulder tap here. Squeeze the opposite glute and just tap side to side. Now, if you want a little extra, you're going to bring 1 foot forward in a mountain climber as you tap. Changes it just a little bit. A little more concentration to keep your foot from sliding off that slider. Awesome. Okay, so now hands are on the sliders. We're gonna be in a bear plank, or also called a beast hold. Knees are 2 inches off the ground. So go ahead and get there. With one arm, you're gonna push into the ground and do 8 circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just hold the bear plank here until the timer goes. Hold, hold, hold. Almost there. You're doing great. Great job. Take a little bit of a break. We're gonna go back to our bear plank. beast hold, and we're gonna change the direction with the circle. Getting ready for that. Lift those knees up 2 inches and go the opposite way that you did before. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Going to the other arm now, circles. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now just keep holding, keep holding. You're almost there. Everything's tight. So close. Good. Now for the very end, we are gonna do mountain climbers. So go ahead and put your feet on the sliders, and here we go. Mountain climbers. Pace yourself. If you want to go fast, if you want to go slow, it's up to you. I feel my heart rate going up. I hope you do too. Whew, so close. Okay, next we have plank jacks. We did side to side earlier. Now see if you can challenge yourself and do both legs at the same time. Ready? Here we go. So out and in. Make sure your core is staying tight. Your hips are not lifted and they're not sagging. Feet are pushing into those sliders, into the floor. Shoulders are on fire. Almost there. Keep going. Yes, you've got this. All right, great job. Okay, find your sliders and your hands are gonna go on the sliders and you're gonna find yourself in a child's pose. So knees are a little bit out, big toes together, and hold it here. And breathe. Try to stretch your arms out more forward, bring your chest towards the ground. Good. Now take one arm, take it under the other, and then pull back. Sit back and pull back. You should feel it more on one side for a little side body stretch. Good. And let's switch sides. So take the other hand under now, pull back, and feel the other side body stretch. And breathe. Good. Next, we're gonna do cat and cow. Just keep your hands right on the sliders. Bring your rib cage up. And then come down, neutral spine. Rib cage up. And come down, neutral spine. Up again. And down. Last one. Up. And down. Good. Next, we're gonna do a half pigeon pose. So bring one leg up and one leg back. Hold it here, come down on your elbows. And then to a sleeping pigeon pose, just extend your arms out and relax and breathe. Good. Slowly come up. And let's switch out your legs. Half pigeon pose on the other side. Hold it here. And then come down on your forearms. And then if you can, we'll find ourselves in sleeping pigeon. Come down all the way, extending those arms. Relax your forehead down and breathe. Good. Next, we're gonna do a seated twist. So bring one foot over, and then you're just gonna twist, pushing your elbow in the outside of that knee with a flat back. Look behind you and back. Good. Let's switch out our legs. Nice flat back and twist. And breathe. All right, now we're gonna do a forward fold. So legs go straight out and just fold over your feet and breathe. Great. Next, you can just sit cross-legged and sit nice and tall. And then you're going to just let your neck slide to one side. Head is going to rotate down and around to the other side. Come up and then let the head dip down on this side and down and around. All right, great job. I hope you really enjoyed that workout, something a little bit different with the sliders. Remember to hit the notifications and like and subscribe, and go and have a great one. I'll see you next time.